make you so special? Why did he bless you? Think about it. I woke up this morning. Got a smile when I say that shit. I woke up this morning.
So we're live. We're live. With a long-term friend, somebody I've known for what seems like forever. I guess 7th grade. You were in 6th grade.
Yeah.
That's when because I joined your team, your soccer team. Yeah, good times.
I'd say long ass time. It's been at least 5 years.
Isaiah Gilbert Cody. I could say his middle name. I know his middle name, so I thought I'd say it.
Hello.
Just throw it out there.
Sayonara.
What does that mean?
I have no clue.
Sayonara.
Goddamn. What do they say? I don't know. It's the Asians. It's kind of racist, I guess. Oops, sorry.
We went there.
Goddamn.
Well, I was watching Dave Chappelle last night, like his stand-up.
The new one?
Yeah.
That shit's fire.
Oh, yeah, it was. It's like brand new.
Yes.
Yeah, that was funny.
Super hilarious. My sister said she didn't like him.
Really?
Yes. I was like, what? I was like, how do you not like Dave Chappelle? I was like, and then we watched it and she was laughing the whole time. I was like, right.
At the end, she's just like, nah.
Yeah, I was like,
it's like, what? There was like no point that you didn't laugh.
I was like, get out of here. I was like, how can you not like Dave Chappelle? She also said that Kid Cudi was trash.
Really?
I was like, get out of here.
I couldn't disagree with that more. That's further from the truth than anything.
Like, his new music is like iffy and it's different. But I was like, to just call the man trash in general, I was like, that's ridiculous. It's like, invalid opinion, bro. Invalid opinion.
Well, it sounds like she's judging him like, I will agree, like, he has made some garbage music.
Yeah.
But he's made, like, more timeless music than, maybe besides, like, Drake. For our generation, dude, he's made more timeless music than almost anybody.
More live. Or not more live. I don't even actually listen to more live. Take Care, dude. I'm waiting for Take Care too.
That's coming out?
I heard rumors about it, and I'm hoping it really is.
Dude, our song, the All My Exes Live in Texas Like I'm George. We always tried to rap the beginning of that song.
Hell yeah, fucking right.
Yeah, good song.
It was amazing. We were close. We were really close. People are always like, we would get other people in the car and do that shit, and they would just be like, what are they doing? Started over like 7 times.
Aspire, yeah. We always gave it a retry.
Dude, had to.
Dude, if that song comes on like anytime today, like I always play that again. I always try it, and I always fuck it up, but I always try.
Always. It's impossible. You go so fast.
I don't think I've ever gotten it correctly once.
I think I got it once back in the day when we were at the height of our game.
Height of our game.
The height of our game. Man.
That's when we peaked in life.
That was it.
Dude, so I was thinking about this before when I was like kind of thinking of some questions to ask you, but I don't know if I've ever told you this. I probably have, but your old like Twitter handle and even your like motto in life was never mad, and you legitimately like when was the last time you got mad?
I don't even know, dude. It's been a long ass time.
Like I've seen you angry before, but like it's been years.
Like for real pissed off. It's been a really long time. Like a really long time.
You're like probably the most relaxed person I know.
Yeah,
one of them.
I really can't even remember it. Like, okay. It was actually this one time I was at a party, and my friend was like really drunk, and he like supposedly spit on this dude's wife, and like
his wife.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So like my friend's like passed out in the driveway, and this dude is like trying to pick my friend up by his ears basically, and like my friend's passed out like dead weight.
Why do you go for the ears?
I don't know, because being a dick basically. So that made me really pissed off, but I was also like really drunk, so I was like about to.
Alcohol will do that to you.
I mean, but like he was literally like yanking dude's ear, like, and like I said, my friend was passed out like dead weight, like a human body trying to be. I was like, dude, I was about to fight that guy.
That's pretty fucked up, though.
I was about to fight that guy.
He comes out with like Teletubby ears after that. Like, what is this?
I was about to fight his ass right in his driveway. That was like the last time I was like super actually pissed though. And the time before that was when I was about to fight Coda.
That was the time I remember. That was over a girl, right?
Yeah, that was over.
It's always over a girl, I feel like.
It was over young Maddie Wagner, bro.
That's who it was. Yeah. Yeah.
She's a heartache. She fucked us up, bro.
That's really funny.
That was funny as hell, though.
But so like your relaxed personality, Because when I like to like psychoanalyze my life and like kind of like look at my past and like who's influenced me a lot. And I would say you're one of the friends who's had like the biggest impact on my life.
Thanks.
And I think what you made me realize is that I could be mindful of like emotions. Like whenever something like hits me, like say like anger, like let's say an external condition arises that pisses me off. Like, you kind of made me realize that I can act on that, or I can choose to just chill the fuck out.
Yeah, basically, just, fuck it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just, I don't know, for me, people really don't understand. Like, I'm lazy, but I'm not lazy at the same time. I'm, like, lazy in the aspect that I'm not gonna put in any extra effort for something that's not worth my while.
You've mastered the art of, like, not giving a fuck.
Yeah, basically. I get bothered and stuff, but like you said, you analyze your life. I have enabled myself to just sit back and really think about it before I like let myself get all worked up and pissed off about it.
Right.
There's definitely situations where you do that, but it's just like, for me, it's like, oh, this happened. Okay, well, okay, all right, it really wasn't that bad. Fuck it.
Dude, that's super wise. Because you've been like that for like a long time too.
Just sit there and think about it for a second. A lot of times it'll happen or whatever, and I'll be like freaking out over it, and then I'll just be like, alright, whatever, and then I'll just leave it alone and like not think about it, or like try my hardest to just leave it alone.
Right.
Come back the next day and then be like, wasn't a big deal at all. Just walk away from it, not a big deal. And it's just easy.
Because then you come out of the situation on top.
Yeah, and a lot of the times it's not a big deal. Like, obviously there's big deals, like somebody dies or breaks a leg or some shit you get broken up with, like that sucks, but at the end of the day, it's like, if you're breathing and moving, dude, it's like, whatever.
Right, just be grateful for the life you have.
I say, you gotta keep moving forward anyways. The sun's gonna rise the next day, and the moon's gonna come up too, like, whatever, dude.
Do you think, when do you think you, like, decided to, like, kind of have this outlook on life instead of did you stress yourself out at one point, and then you realized, like, that wasn't the correct way to handle the situation, or?
Yeah, it was like in middle school, kind of, because I always tried to fit in like a bunch, and
Back in middle school?
Yeah, and it was weird because like the popular group or whatever, that group of kids, I used to hate on them so much because like I was never their friends or anything. But it's funny because like that's who I ended up hanging out with in high school. Like that was like the little people that I was like, oh, I fucking, I envy them, I hate them, I'm jealous of them, like I wish I were them, like why are they so cool? Like I was part of that group. Like 2 years later I was like, oh, okay, cool. This isn't like anything super cool.
You see someone in the hallway, like you're walking past, they're waving their fist at you.
Yeah, I was just like, whatever. So, I don't know, I realized it rather young because I felt like an outcast, even though I wasn't. Like I had a lot of friends, like you were, like I had a shit ton of friends. But I felt like an outcast because I wasn't like friends with the people that I wanted to be friends with.
Right.
After that, I was just like, I thought about it and I was like, man, I don't really need that shit. And that's when I learned how to like be alone. That's another big thing, is like learning how to be alone. Because if you learn how to be alone, then like that basically means that shit doesn't bother you.
True.
Because like if you can get over everything on your own and stuff, and just like mentally get over those hurdles like on like by yourself, it's just like whatever, dude.
You're gonna come out a lot stronger.
Yeah,
for sure.
Damn near everything. It's just like, because you don't need anybody else to like lift you over. I mean, like I said, there's that real shit where your mom dies or something, you might need a little emotional support, but
absolutely
everything else is like, get a bad grade, whatever, I don't give a shit, I'm gonna do better next time anyway, so I don't care.
Can't change the past. Yeah,
exactly, that's literally what it is. It's just like, because I used to get freaked out about bad grades and like test anxiety and all that stuff, and I'm like, whatever, dude. Now I'm just like, I study, do what I can, I'm like, alright, well, there it is.
Do the best you could, yeah.
Go in, take the test. If it was really hard, I'm like, did my best. If it's really easy, I'm like, I killed it, probably got an A, but either way, I'm walking out of it, and I'm just like, hey, it's over. I either got an A or I got a D, and I'm going to get an A on the next one, so.
True.
That's how I think about it.
I like that a lot. And I respect that, too, because a lot of people, I didn't even really notice this till lately, but a lot of people can't be alone, dude. Like, they're, like, genuinely, like, scared to be alone.
It's hard to be alone. I'll say that, dude, because you have a lot of time to yourself to just think. Especially if you're, like, alone. I play video games. I play, like, online video games. So whenever I'm feeling like alone or lonely, I just go get online and beat up on some kids in video games that are like real people, you know. And so it's just like, aha, you suck.
Right.
You just get that human interaction. But like being like alone is like tough to like not have anybody to talk to, not have any that human interaction. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Totally.
That can be tough. I understand that.
That's why, like, last semester, this was like this time last year, but I spent a semester living, like, completely alone because I was in a 2-person apartment, and my roommate had moved out. So, no joke, dude, I went full fucking extreme because every other semester, like, I lived in the fraternity house, and, I don't know, just every other semester, like, I had too many people to where I didn't have enough alone time.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, this is probably the only opportunity I'm going to get for, like, a while to just be alone. Like, who knows where life's going to take me. I'm just going to enjoy it for what it is. I forced myself to be alone, like, all day, like, for a whole semester, too.
Yeah.
And the amount of, like, growth that came out of it, and, like, I don't know, like, it's just discipline, and just, I don't know, just curiosity for life.
You just get used to it.
Totally.
Just get to chill there and appreciate being alone. Because once you learn how to, like, a lot of people don't realize that you're alone for, like, most of the time. Like, we're in college and stuff, so we're, like, in a really social environment. And, like, most of us are living with other people, roommates, friends and stuff, but, like, 25 to, like, basically anyone 25 and up that isn't in a serious relationship with, like, kids or something lives alone.
Right, true,
You know
true.
what I'm saying? Like, they live with, like, no one else. The optimal situation would be, like, most people are like, oh, I just want to be 25 with a college degree and all my own shit, you know what I'm saying, my own house. No one ever thinks, like, hey, that means you're going to be living on your own, like, by yourself.
Completely alone. You're going to have to get over this loneliness. Yeah.
Like you said, you lived, like, a semester. I lived a summer semester alone, and that was weird. Because I was just, like you said, you were just alone. All I did was go to class.
Dude, I bet summer was really, really lonely.
Like, no one in Raleigh. Like, I didn't have anybody to hang out with. I didn't know anybody at work like that or anything. So that was literally my human interaction. Was just wake up, go to class. Oh, I'm bored. Sit in my apartment. All right, cool, let's go to work. And then I'd go to work, and then just, that was my human interaction. But
so what would you do in your free time?
video games.
Okay.
And homework, which really wasn't a whole lot of homework, but that's it. That's my escape. Is just video games, because there are always gonna be somebody playing video games.
True.
And I play so many video games that it's like hard for me to get bored. So that's my escape.
So let me ask you this: how, with all that being said about how you can handle like stress and all that, or just how do you find serenity in stressful points in life?
It's bad, but I like to just do nothing. Even in the heat of the moment. Like, I can, like, I'm in school right now, so, like, that's easily the most stressful thing for me. And I'll have all these assignments due and all this other just stuff to do, tests to study for.
Right.
And I'm just like, man, let me just sit here and do nothing for, like, an hour.
Do you mean like do nothing? Do you mean like do you just sit there and think?
No, like, I'll just, like, I'll, like, literally neglect my responsibilities.
Okay.
Just to get my mind off of it. Like, I'll tend to them, but I won't sit there and, like, just only chug through that if I don't have to. Sometimes I mess around too much and have to end up cramming for a test, but, like, when I get flustered with homework or something, like, I'm still getting through it, but it's like, try, struggle for, like, 30 minutes, and if I can't get it, I'm just like, alright, let me get off and go play a game of League or something, and then just reset, basically.
Right.
Just reset my stressful situation. And just like, alright, cool. Played video games, relieved some stress. Did this, did that. Now let me come back and look at this from a different angle and see if I can't figure it out.
Yeah, dude, that's super important. Being able to handle like stressful time or something. It's like a form of procrastination, but it's effective as fuck. Like, just being able to, I guess, because the different headspace that you can be in, like looking at it, it's just a different frame of reference that you're looking at it from.
Right.
To be way more relaxed. So you seems like you've almost, at least better than I have. It seems like you've mastered not allowing yourself to get overwhelmed. In life.
Basically. And that, and you just gotta. Another thing I learned in college is do your shit on time and do it early, because otherwise you're just gonna be stressed in general. And that's with everything, not even just school. I'd say that's in general, just like if you got shit to do, just do it.
Just do it, yeah.
Just do it, man. Like, don't procrastinate a whole lot, because otherwise you're just gonna be like, no, I still gotta do this. Oh, I still gotta do this. And then new things come onto your plate. You're like, I haven't done this yet.
Just keeps accumulating.
Yeah. So I mean, tackle a little bit at a time.
And everybody's been there where like you have so much shit going on that like you're just completely overwhelmed, and you're just, it's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah.
That's really all you can do, though. You can just tackle one thing at a time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm starting to implement more.
That's what I do, because I'll think about it, because back to school, like I have a whole bunch of assignments due. They're not all due in like one day,
Right.
But it's just one step at a time. It's like you have 4 assignments due and a paper to write. It's just like, okay, well, let me go and get this assignment done. You're like, okay, well, that only took like 2 hours, and it's only like 5 o'clock, so now I'm going to hang out and not do school, like I said. Neglect responsibilities for like 30 minutes, an hour, and then you just go and kill like 2 or 3 more of the assignments. Next thing you know, you're done, and it's only like 10 o'clock. You're like, yes, I did my work instead of procrastinating super hard, and it's not 5 in the morning.
Right, yeah, yeah.
And now I can go to sleep. So.
Yeah, that's what I've been unsuccessful with. I think a new strategy I'm going to implement more is like just set an hour timer and like work on one thing and just see how much I can get done in that 1 hour.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like competing with myself. Like no phone, no distractions.
Yeah, that's really it. And once you see yourself doing progress, like within that activity, it kind of motivates you to just keep on doing it.
Right.
That's how you, like, sometimes I'll be doing homework, like you said, doing my like hour thing, and I'll be like, oh, okay, I'm just going to work on this for like this certain amount of time. And then I'll start doing it, and then I'll realize that it's like not nearly as bad as I thought it was. And I'm just like, I'm just going to finish this really quick.
Right.
And like an hour and a half later, do an extra 30 minutes of work, and I'm done with the shit. I'm like, okay, cool. That's really what it's all about. Like you said, just if you can make yourself do it in at least little increments, you're probably going to get it done. To be
True.
Like if you can at least sit down and make yourself do it for like an hour, whether you want to or not, like, you'll probably get it done.
That's all you can do.
I was say a little bit at a time, baby steps. At least you're moving forward.
And dude, I respect you. Like the amount of schoolwork that you have on your plate with aerospace engineering. I didn't push that, did I? But aerospace engineering, that's right. Okay,
yeah, that's it.
But yeah, dude, like, because I get stressed out with school too, and the amount of workload that like I have compared to you, I guarantee you have way more, and it's a lot more difficult. So I couldn't even imagine.
I think that's it. I think the difficulty is just up there. We're probably doing most of the same stuff. How many credit hours are you in?
15.
Yeah.
Well, next semester 18, but
yeah, fuck all that. I do like 13 to 14. Bro.
Okay.
Yeah, but I also took summer classes, and I have been taking summer classes the last 2 summers to reduce my course load. So that's kind of just a different strategy.
I like that.
Divide and conquer instead of because if I had to do all that shit in one semester, I probably wouldn't do nearly as well. They kind of made me do that because the way that my curriculum worked, like, and my school, you only get credit for calculus, but like almost no one starts in calculus. Like,
really?
Everyone starts in like college algebra, like trig.
So that doesn't count towards anything.
Yeah, literally. Until you get to calculus, like that's the first math class that counts towards your major.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, so like that put me behind because I started in trig, and so like basically end of the first year, freshman year, I couldn't take certain classes that next semester if I didn't take summer classes, which would have made it so I couldn't be a full-time student without doing like a bunch of shuffling to my schedule. Or to my curriculum, like in curriculum. And then second semester, same type of deal. I dropped a class and they were like, well, you need this class to take this class. And this class is only offered first semester. And I was like, what? So I had to take another summer class because I was basically forced to. I was like, that's bullshit, but whatever.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks.
Yeah. But the first time I took summer classes, I took physics and calculus 2 at the same time, which was like actually really shitty.
Those sound so hard.
But I did it.
A lot of math combined in both of them. So, But did they cover any of the same like principles at all?
Yeah. Like calculus is the math that describes physics.
Okay.
So yeah, they're basically go hand in hand.
No shit, that's what it is. Because I know Isaac Newton discovered he created calculus to prove a point.
To prove physics. That's what it is.
Really? Okay.
Calculus is the math of physics.
I never knew that. Okay.
Yeah, without getting hella deep into it, but that's basically what it is.
Is there anything like just like a common listener, just anybody listening that you've found interesting in like aerospace engineering that you've learned recently?
Yeah, actually, because now I'm getting into like the second half of my major without getting like too specific about it. Like, we're getting pretty deep into some stuff. I say this like, and everyone is just like, oh, but my general education classes was like, I had to take all the way up through calculus 1, 2, and 3, and DiffEq, physics.
These
1.
are all your gen eds.
Yeah, gen eds.
What?
Physics 1 and 2. Well, engineering gen eds basically, and there's like 17 engineering disciplines that we have, or like 13 maybe, something. It's in the teens. And basically every engineer has to take these classes, short of like 1 or 2 that are shuffled around depending on the engineering major, but like every engineer takes all the way up Calc 3, DiffEq, Physics 2, Dynamics, Thermodynamics, and a vast majority of them take Mat, Mechanics of Materials, Statics, and one more class. But those are all like gen eds. Yeah, and so you get into your like non-gen eds, your like major classes junior year. And so this year, I'm taking like aerospace classes, and I took an orbits class, which is like planetary orbits.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And like,
Is that like the math behind planets orbiting?
yeah, and like how to like get spaceships from Earth to Mars and shit like that.
Okay.
And like, yeah, so that's like orbits and stuff like that. And then I took aerodynamics, which is learning about airplane wings.
That'd be kind of dope. That'd be interesting.
Took aerodynamics 1. Well, that was like the end of that, but aerodynamics 2 is going to get into a lot more of that, which I'm taking this semester. And then, what else is there?
Sounds interesting, but really difficult. Like, most of what you named so far that you've been taking this year?
It's really not that hard in the grand scheme of things. It's just, it takes a lot of discipline to sit there and learn it. But once you do learn it, I don't know, I'm a firm believer of like, nothing's difficult if you do it enough. You know what I mean?
Totally, yeah.
It's like, yeah, you see me sitting here tackling like page-long equations and stuff, but I do this shit every day.
Yeah, right.
Like, I literally do this shit every day, and like, yeah, some equations are more difficult, but like, I could sit here and write literally like a 15-line equation that like looks super complicated, but isn't. But,
right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's just because I do it every day. And just same type of thing, like...
Versus somebody like me who's completely foreign to the concept.
Right,
like,
yeah. Like, I could come over there and, like, literally write down, like, a whole bunch of mathematical bullshit that really isn't that difficult, but I would show somebody else and they'd be like, what the fuck? But, like I said, it's really not that hard, because, at least to me, because I do this shit every day. So, I don't think it's so much as, like, difficult as much as just time being put into it.
Right.
And that's really it. It's just, like, I've sat down and actually been like, alright, dude. Fuck this, I'm gonna figure out how to do it, and that's really it. And what I've deduced it down to is it's basically like puzzle pieces, for me at least, because it is a whole bunch of conceptual stuff, you know, when you're learning about it. It's like, this is why the plane flies, and this is why the fucking shit happens, or like this is going on, and this is why this is going on. But for me, like, in its most basic form, it's damn near like, here's an equation. Here's the situation. Oh, no, it's like, here's the situation. Here's your equation bank. You know, your word bank. Now find the right one and put it in there.
Okay, that's a really good example, yeah.
And like, that might, depending on the type of problem, you might have to do that multiple times. It'd be like
it's
multi-step thing, but
it's kind of like recognition versus recall. Like, totally recalling in your mind, but recognition's gonna be a lot easier if you can find it.
And for me, that's where the concepts come in. Like, I get it and stuff, but like, the concepts aren't so much as just like, oh yeah, this is how you understand. It's like, okay, I need to know what's going on here so that I can recognize the situation.
Totally.
And then pick the equation and then be like, okay, do some quick math stuff over here. Because like I said, after you like got the concepts and you like get the right equation, it's like, okay, cool, got the equation, do some quick math stuff. What's the next part? Realize what's going on here. Pick the next equation.
Are you required to like memorize these equations, or are these?
No.
I was gonna say that'd be ridiculous.
No, dude.
Because in the real world, you're not gonna have to. You'll have them on hand.
I wish I could show you though, dude. Like, my equation sheets are like, we get to make our own. They're fat. Like, they're fucking.
Dude, it sounds like we need to go find a whiteboard. You need to work as a janitor for just a few days. I'll write up the equation. I'll be like, I cannot solve this. So I'll be wearing a suit to make me look more prestigious. And then you'll walk up and be like, let me get that bitch.
Easy. Yeah, dude. It's fun once you get it down, and once you get past the stressful part of it.
Okay.
But
so you're referring to like the stressful part is more like in the beginning, the gen eds?
Well, yeah, that and just like in general, in terms of like learning new material altogether, like in anything you do, learning the first couple parts is like always shitty. Cause especially when you've seen the end result. That's one thing that I always think is like difficult. It's like, because I always tie back to video games. You watch like pros play on their streams or whatever, and they're like, you're seeing them do all this crazy shit. And you're like, hell yeah, that's fucking dope. I can go press a few buttons and do that crazy shit too. But then you get back to your computer or your Xbox and like, it's just fucking impossible, dude. It's just impossible.
No, I get that. I get that.
I'm always like, it's hard to see somebody else that's really fucking good do their shit like fluidly, and it's really frustrating in the beginning because you're like, damn, I know what it looks like and I know like how I should be doing it, but I can't. Like, I'm physically incapable of it. I'm like, yeah, I guess in the case of Aerospace,
I guess it's good to have like role models too. It's something to strive towards.
Definitely makes it frustrating. I'm just like, I can see why, but at the same time, like you said, you're like, okay, I'm gonna get there one day.
Right. So do you think math is something that humans created to like explain the like natural world, I guess, or do you think it's like a hidden truth within the natural world that we've kind of discovered?
I think it's the first one.
Something humans created?
Yeah, because I think that's like a fact too, because physics describes the physical world. And like we were talking about earlier, calculus is the math that describes physics. So like that math was made up to describe the physical world.
But would it be like a hidden truth within the math of physics that we just that we I guess we just figured out?
What kind of hidden truth? Like, what do you mean?
Like it was something to explain the natural world. Like let's say like gravity, for example.
Yeah. So
it's falling at, what is it, like negative 9.81 or something G's. Mm-hmm. So did we find the equation for gravity or whatever, like equation for maybe momentum building up, and then we just discovered that mathematical equation to explain this, or was it something that we did that was like a truth within? Actually, I agree with you. I don't even know.
Yeah, I think it's just literally the world is as it is, and calculus and physics are just the language that describes it, and like why, and the way that you calculate it and stuff. Because everything in this world is like made on physical principles. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Based off of gravity. Like, even whether we're sitting here and like the reason that we're just like not floating in the air, or the reason that your computer is working because of all the like that's all physics. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though it's like electronics compared to like just us being bodies sitting here, like it's all physics. You know what I'm saying? And calculus describes all of that, and so that's where it kind of like plays in, which is why you've got to take calculus, like so many calculus classes, because I could take basically all those gen eds and then go apply those to anywhere in the world. You know,
gen eds.
Gen eds. But you could go and apply that knowledge to any physical situation.
Does that kind of motivate you to learn it?
Yeah, because it helps you understand the world, especially in differential equations. That math class is like all about, it's like literally about equations that model the physical world. So like a common example is they've got like a spring or a block on the end of a spring, and you just like pull the block and you like let it do its thing. Like there's an equation for that oscillation and stuff that you like put in spring constants of how the spring is or whatever, or like if I got a beat.
Okay. That to answer my question, that whenever you put it in that really made it click a lot more.
Yeah. Which is why, like, I don't know. That's why I kind of didn't really pay attention to DiffyQ because fuck math. But like it was really cool, the principle of it, because like I said, it describes physical equations, and the differential equations model real world stuff. Like there's a differential equation for me picking this box up and throwing it across the room. There's a differential equation for me banging my fist on the desk. There's a differential equation for the electrons that are running through your computer circuit board right now. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's crazy how math can explain literally anything.
Literally, there's differential equations that are doing all that, and your computer's got equations that it's running through like millions a second right now. But you would never know it just because it's fucking is there.
That's
all
crazy.
Equations, but all you gotta do is program it in, and that's what describes our physical world, basically.
So you kind of fascinated by like the physics behind sports? Like I love watching that shit.
Yeah, that sports science show was actually really cool. And
sports science show.
Yeah, you've seen that, haven't you?
I don't know if I have.
Yeah, you have. Everyone's seen it. Everyone who's played sports has seen that. The one where they like.
There's one I've seen where they hook up Christiano Ronaldo and like they want to analyze the way he kicks a ball.
Yeah.
And because it's so bizarre how he makes it knuckle, so they wanted to kind of explain that, and also the way he runs and like how they basically put him up against because he's so quick. They put him up against an Olympic sprinter, and they showed like the form and like the physics behind that, like how Ronaldo would cross his arms across his body, like doing this, and they were saying that was wasted energy because it wasn't going fully forward, versus the sprinter was doing this, and that's why he had a better time than Ronaldo did.
Yeah, yep. I'm saying like that's just more physical principle stuff, and like that. You've seen that one episode where the dude just gets kicked in the nuts a whole bunch of times.
I don't think so.
He's like a karate master. He basically like has got nuts of steel. Because this one's like
no. Oh, I'm pulling this video up.
It's like more biological, but he's basically got nuts of steel because of he gets like over the years he's repeatedly basically microfractured his ball sack because it's made of a whole bunch of like, I guess it's made up of a whole bunch of like micro bone or whatever. I'm like actually really shitty at biology and like anatomy. But the principle of it is made up of a whole bunch of like micro bone or whatever the hell they call it, and he's basically microfractured his nutsack so many times over the years, and whenever you fracture like a bone or whatever, it grows back stronger and like when it heals.
Oh, so it just keeps repairing itself a lot stronger.
Yeah. So
are they still fully functioning?
I don't know. That man's been kicked in. Like when they do the test on that video, dude, they're gonna fucking kick him in the nuts.
Let me ask you this: is all those micro tears, all those are they worth the pain and all that for the fame that you're gonna get from me, the guy who gets kicked in the nuts?
The microfracture is like literally you just fucking sit there gobbling your nutsack. You know what I'm saying? Like just a little bit, just so you like feel it, but like not a whole bunch of, not like to where you're like, my nutsack. It's just like, okay, let me go ahead and like.
It's so weird that somebody's trained themselves to like.
That's how people
be
are,
immune
like,
to getting kicked in the nuts.
Able to like punch you fucking. Oh, they have another one. I forget what this one was. I don't know if this one was sports science. There was another one where it was like, damn, I forget what show it was. It might have been Deadliest Warrior, but this dude can pull people's tracheas out, like
their throats,
like reach in and pull your throat out, and it's because his fingertips are hard enough because he's literally like trained and hit his fingers on the wall so much and microfractured his fingertips over his life, and they've grown back, and he can literally just tink, and just rip your fucking throat out. Insane. Insane.
Well, what about like could a guy with a very strong grip and like I guess kind of like elusive fingers like be able to just snag that shit real quick and just bring it right back? Or
I mean, that dude, like I said, he's been training, like, so not only is his fingertips becoming hard, but like that motion of him like pushing forward, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't doubt it that he's got the ability to just fucking reach in and grab your shit. Because if you think about it, like, I don't know if you've ever like tried to grab your throat, but it's really not that difficult if you like, you feel that like those two little slots right there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like if you get your hand and you slide it in there good, you know what I'm saying? And you come straight at it.
And you could just wrap right around it and just rip it right. Wow.
Especially if like I'm sitting here against the wall and my neck doesn't have anywhere to go, you know what I'm saying? Like I could definitely see some, that'd be gross. Just to see somebody fucking reach in and take somebody's.
It makes you think about the infinite possibilities of things you can get good at. Like, you can get good at anything.
Let's see this shit.
Like what's special about this guy getting kicked in the nuts?
Type in sports science.
The sports science version?
That's kind of fucking crazy. I bet you it's on that one. Yeah, type in sports science, though.
This is funny.
It's like a
Sports science. Massive kick in the balls.
Try it.
In the sports science lab, American gladiator and MMA fighter Justice Smith is ready to deliver a
So his motive was because he's fighting MMA?
key expert Kirby Roy's nuts.
Oh.
A boot that could cause a pelvic fracture or severe testicular injury.
Oh.
Can
Oh.
he withstand the pain? Or will the kid turn his avocados into guacamole?
Will he turn his avocados into guacamole?
2, 1, go.
Dude, he's not hitting it with his foot either. He's hitting it with straight shin. That's straight bone. I could watch that all day.
Fucking insane, dude. Just shakes his hand afterwards, dude. Not a fucking chance.
But what if he's like, I don't know if you remember this or not, but I have the latest reaction with getting hit in the nuts. Like, for whatever reason, I just like I feel the pain as much as a normal person. It hurts. It fucking blows. But it hits me like 30 seconds after. What if he's the same way? Like, what if he's just like even more delayed than me? He's like a minute.
Gets off camera and just, oh. Funny as fuck, dude.
The MMA guy's running over, getting him a nice pack.
That'd be funny as shit. Yeah, dude, it's so scary. Sports science is hella cool.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So, if you could become immortal, would you? Like, you can't, there's no way you can die. Like, you can't kill yourself, can't hang yourself,
What
nothing
kind of
like...
immortality, like, God, like, divine immortality? Like, I'm a god, or just like I'm a regular human that just can't die?
Let's go regular human. Exactly who you are now, you just never die. And you can, let's even throw in the Edward Cullen aspect, and like, you never age either.
Not at this age. Maybe if I was like 34.
Why 34?
I don't know. I feel like you're not too old, but like, I feel like if you're too young, it's almost as if a chunk of people don't take you seriously. Like, regardless of how.
But if you could establish that wisdom, because let's say you're 1,000 years old and you're 20, you're
people know
a
that I'm old
20-year-old
as shit?
body. Do what?
Do people know that I'm old as fuck?
Ooh.
Because if no one knows I'm old as fuck and I'm just like living amongst people, then I don't think people would ever take me. Well, some people would take me seriously.
You could definitely establish your wisdom like pretty early on though, because I don't know. I agree. I think a lot of people correlate age and wisdom, but like it isn't always necessarily true.
Yeah.
Especially like if you like really prove yourself to be wise to like a 34-year-old, and you're like, let's say you're in like a 25-year-old body, then I don't think it would matter.
25 to 34 isn't that far apart. I was thinking like 21 to 70. Like the people that, the billionaires of the world and shit, like the business owners and stuff. Because those like super rich people are like old. I bet you there's not really like one person under 40 that has like over $500 million. Unless they were born into it.
Yeah, true.
That doesn't count. That like actually made their fortune. I bet you there's not one person that's like worth over $500 million.
You don't think there are any like 30-year-olds?
Very few. Out of the whole bunch, very few.
Okay, that's
To
reasonable.
be like mega rich, like definitely some millionaires, like a lot of millionaires, don't get me wrong. There's probably like thousands, tens of thousands of like, 20 million, 30 million, 40 million, but like half a million, like the mega rich, I bet you none of them are under 50.
Okay.
Or like less than like 1% of them are.
True.
So, I don't know. And that's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be stupid rich.
Hey.
Be dumb rich. And I feel like you gotta affiliate yourself with the also mega rich. And I don't know. I could see just a whole bunch of old people being really snotty and stuck up and know-it-all-ish.
True.
I would, if I had to pick, I would choose a later age, like 34 or 35. I'd even go as far as like 40, but that's just me.
Yeah, 30-year-old, that'd be a good age.
Yeah.
I feel like 40 is when you start feeling yourself age a lot. I don't know, what do I know? Like, but...
Yeah, but like 35, like, you're definitely still young, but you're like definitely not super old. You're definitely not even close to super old. You're not even close to old, really, if we're being honest. I don't think you're old until you hit like 50.
Yeah, that's when you start getting a little...
Yeah. A little rickety.
Yeah, a little bit more deteriorated.
Yeah, dude.
Is freedom... If freedom is simply defined as being able to do what you want, then are animals more free than dogs? Oh, wait. No, I wrote that wrong. Then are animals more free than humans? Yeah.
In a sense, yeah. But that's just like... That's hard to answer in terms... Because you, like... They don't know that we're humans and we have guns and shit.
Right.
So I don't know. That's hard to answer because it's like, I guess they are free, but at the same time, they're kind of like at the will of us because we can do whatever the fuck we want because we're so much more advanced than them.
Like the realm of possibilities is so like no animal's going skydiving.
Right.
No animal, like you said, shooting a gun.
Like survival of the fittest, just like straight up a human. Like if the lion knows that they're going to a fight and the human knows that they're going to the fight, they can take anything with them. I guarantee the human's gonna win every time.
True, yeah.
So I don't know. It's like in the grand scheme of things, you could say that like animals are enslaved by humans because like we control literally everything, and like we have that type of power over the animals, but they're like more free because they are able to do whatever they want. And I guess if you believe that you're free, then you probably are more free.
But at the same time, we could live like animals and be just as free. Like, if we really wanted, like, complete and total sovereignty over our lives and, like, we weren't, like, conditioned by our, like, human desires of the world, then we could be just as free.
Right. Then it would be more fair, too. Then it would be, like, true freedom. Because it wouldn't be such a power divide, you know? Basically, it would be such a power divide. Because, like I said, lions and stuff, yeah, they get to like roam free and everything. But like, if a human rolls up on a lion and they want that lion dead, the lion's gonna fucking die.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like, if a deer rolls up or something, you know, like another lion or something, like it's iffy. You know what I'm saying? You never know. That's freedom. Being able to fight for your life on a fair basis, in my opinion. Being able to like really give it your 2 cents, and like your 2 cents is like put down in a fair manner. So like, nah, animals aren't that free. In that sense of what I just said, animals aren't that free.
They're so limited, like, especially the animal, like yeah, cheetah can run really fast, but like he can't climb a tree. I mean, humans, like, we can swim, we can fly, we can climb.
Well, we can fly, we can swim.
Well, I mean, we could do all this with technology.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd say humans are much more free based on what we just said than animals, just because of the power divide.
But it's interesting how humanity has kind of enslaved itself. That like we had to think about that question to like that should be like a really quick answer, but at the same time we've kind of enslaved ourselves to like maybe, for example, like the rat race of working a 9 to 5 or whatever, like whatever your obligations are, and we feel so overwhelmed by them. But in reality, my perspective of life, I think it's super fucking simple.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's what I want out of life. I just want a simplified life and just do what I want to do and not what I have to do.
Right, exactly. And that's me too, but I understand that it's fucked up, but you need money to do whatever you want to do, especially if you want to do a lot of what you want to do. So that's why I'm
like travel or something cool like that.
Yeah, and like, if you want to talk about like another way to look at it, I guess humans aren't really free because, like you said, humans have enslaved themselves. Literally, the rich have enslaved the poor, and to the rich, the poor is basically anybody that doesn't have $1 million. Like,
yeah, really.
Like, if you've got like hundreds of millions, like everyone's poor to you, and like if you're a big business owner and everything, and you got a whole, like, you got influence if you got that much money, and like you control Walmart and stuff. Like, you can control a lot of people by like deciding what you put on your shelves and shit like that.
And what's going into their bodies.
Yeah.
It makes you think, like I mean, if I were a 1%er or like somebody at the top of the food chain economically, like it makes you think, like, what would you do to prevent the people at the bottom to getting to where you are, or just to kind of like withhold your power.
Right, basically how to not lose your status.
Yeah.
Your money, which is why communism doesn't work. No one wants to give up what they worked hard for, and like that's basically it. Communism works on paper. It's like, oh yeah, everyone works and you get this, you get that, and everyone does the same shit every day, but everyone's like, what? But he's working harder than I am.
Yeah.
Like, I'm working harder. Like, fuck him. I'm keeping all this shit. That's basically why it falls apart, because of greed and stuff, I guess.
Yeah, it makes you... I remember the first time I heard about communism, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. And then, yeah, just to incentivize other people to do better and work harder. Capitalism is the right way.
Just to give their money away to someone that may not have to do as much.
But just like you're saying, the wealth gap of capitalism, like there's such a wealth divide that like there are a lot of drawbacks of capitalism as well.
Yeah, but I think it's better because that goes more towards the do what you want type of deal. Because otherwise, you just got people always hands in your pocket, basically.
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah,
could you imagine like the purest form of like socialism? Like,
yeah, that'd be garbage.
It's like 85% of your like money's going straight back to the government. Like, you don't even have control of what you're making. Like, there'd be no incentive to work. I'm surprised that...
Yeah, there would be no society. And that you would literally have to enslave humans to get that to work. You'd have to be like a tyrant, some tyrannical leader to like force humans to work against their will just so that they can get their money taken away again. I guess that's what slavery is. I guess it's literally what slavery is.
Yeah. Slavery and socialism.
That's madness. Fucked up shit to think about. Goddamn.
Well, is there anything else you want to discuss?
Not really. Bust out the paper. I'm ready for it. Down over there.
Well, we'd have to search like all the questions and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll hit you with one more question. I think I have one more here.
Fuck it up.
Okay. What would humanity's reaction be to the discovery of extraterrestrial life?
Oh, shit. I don't know. That one's different. Because I don't know if you saw me tweet the other day. You know, people always just... I don't know, it's because, like, I'm an aerospace engineer. And so I'm like... I know that there could be different shit in the sky. But every time someone sees something unfamiliar in the sky, they're always, like, aliens.
It's the fun belief. It's the fun thing to be excited for, to believe.
Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, how is every unidentified flying object an alien? Like, every single one? Like, don't get me wrong. I find it difficult to believe that we're the only ones. And, like, maybe a handful of them have been, but, like, every single time.
Oh, I couldn't agree more.
Immediately, everyone's like, yo, what the fuck? Alien. Just like, dude, no.
It's just that excitement's like overriding them. I don't know.
Yeah, the rationale is just not fucking there, dude. And I strayed from the question. What was it? Sorry, ask it again.
What would humanity's reaction be to the discovery of extraterrestrial life?
For me, I would be like, holy shit, that's crazy. But I would just be interested in like going to see what's up.
Right.
As long as they're not hostile. I'm not trying to get shot with a ray gun.
No.
Period. Unless it's like an instant death, I guess that'd be worth
like
it.
a sonar gun? Like,
yeah.
I have a sonar. What is it whenever they make the sound? It's like a sound wave type thing. They have those. They're like humans actually have created these things.
I forget. I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name of them.
It's not sonar. Sonic? Sonic, is that right?
I think so. Like sonic gun, sonic boom gun, something like that.
Yeah, but like imagine something like that, like hitting you, and like you just like your ears are almost bleeding, like you can't even.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. I think the world would freak out though.
No, absolutely. There'd be a lot of looting, like Walmart. Like I'd probably go to Walmart and stack up one.
I think it would also depend on the way that the aliens revealed themselves to us. Cause
yeah.
Are we talking like peaceful? Hey, we're your friends, or like alien invasion?
Well, it also depends, like, are we finding them at their planet, or are they finding us here? Because I think there'd be a lot more negative backlash. Like, I think things would stay pretty calm if we were to go there and we discovered them. there'd be a lot of talk and like things would definitely be different. But like I don't think society would start going fucking crazy. But if they came here and like they were clearly like extremely advanced, like have you ever seen the movie Arrival?
No, I don't watch movies.
You don't watch movies? No shit. Yes. No, I rarely watch movies, dude.
I don't watch movies.
I'm the same way. Like I had a podcast the other day. I called it Spoiler Alert. I think it's episode like 39 or 38. But anyway, this episode, no joke, dude. I had 3 buddies on. 2 of them and one kind of chimed in as well. They talked about movies for an hour and a half straight. I sat there, did not say a fucking word. I'm just sitting there. I'm just like,
yeah, twiddling my thumbs.
yeah.
I just don't watch movies. It's too much of a commitment, bro.
Oh, I don't have the attention span, man.
Yeah, that's basically it too. And like, if I get up at any point in the movie, I'm not like, I don't want to come back.
True.
I don't want to fucking come back. I mean, like, yeah, there's those good movies, but like in general, I'm like, nah, dude, fuck off. I'm not coming back.
Well, I agree. I think some movies are definitely worth your time. Like, I don't know, the classics, obviously, but
it's difficult for me to come back. I'm not
yeah,
I don't
like
want to come back.
A lot of movies are not even worth your time.
Yeah, I'm just like,
just my opinion. In your opinion,
I was gonna say, just like,
But anyway, so in the movie Arrival, these they're like. Oh, how would I describe these things? They're almost. I can't think. Maybe like a spear.
Mm-hmm.
Like it, what's a massive oval?
really,
Like an egg shape. They're an egg shape. Okay, so they come down, but like longer, and they come down, and they're clearly more like elaborate than us, more complex. And everybody starts looting the stores and like just going fucking ape shit. Mm-hmm. And basically, long story short, she has to go like talk to these aliens. And yeah, I don't remember why I brought that movie up now. I just started going out and explaining. I'm just like, oh wait, I don't even remember why.
Wait a second, that's funny as fuck. God damn, yeah. I don't know. I think people would lose their shit though. In short, I could definitely see people freaking the fuck out.
I know I would, dude. I'd probably loot like Walmart or something, or like I'd stack up on as much food as I can because who knows what the world's gonna be like. And
I think the first question everyone would ask would basically be, are they like stronger than us in a military aspect?
Yeah.
Like, can they fuck us up? And if they can fuck us up, how bad can they fuck us up and how quick? Because they can just like Death Star us and just fucking one shot and vaporize our whole planet, then we're in a shit show. But if they're like,
but what's their motive to do that?
Never know, dude. It could be, if they're really that advanced. The universe is big as fuck. If they're really that advanced and they finally found like another planet with like life on it, and they were able to easily get here, they could just be out to fucking conquer shit.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, even if they don't blow up the planet, they could definitely come down and just fucking kill like 7 billion people.
True.
And just fucking take our shit.
It's totally plausible, but I personally, I don't think they went to the extent of like searching. If that was their motive to like search for like other life, I don't think they would just want to blow us up. I'm not saying it's always going to end peacefully, but like,
yeah. You could think about it, what if they're in the same situation of like overcrowding a planet, and so they had to find a planet that was habitable for them.
Ooh.
And Earth is habitable, and they do have the technology to get here and destroy everyone on our planet.
That's what scares me. If they have the technology to get here, that's what I would be scared. If they came and visited us, like, fuck that.
Excuse me, our planet is like on fire and about to like explode. Yeah.
You gots to go. You gots to go.
So y'all can either like be our slaves or we're gonna kill you. The whole planet's coming. They'll be here in like next week. Like gather your things and yeah.
I don't even know where I would go because the roads. I'm assuming like
that'd be scary as shit, dude. My best bet would to hit the underground bunker type shit.
Yeah. Who has access to an underground bunker?
Yeah, wait until they do take over. Say sorry to the people that don't have an underground bunker. And then create a fucking revolutionary group with the survivors, bro.
I'd probably call people in my jiu-jitsu gym and just like, hey, I need some defense right now.
I guarantee you that's probably what some people in the government would do. They'd just be like, all right, Mr. President, a couple of you guys, SEAL Team 6, some fucking jet flyers, like, pilots, All right, cool. Come on. Let's
Just the most badass people of the world.
Like, oh, you can fly planes. You can shoot guns. All right, come
Throw
on.
some scientists in there.
Like, all right, come on. Let's go hit the bunker. Chill in the bunker.
Maybe a stand-up comedian, some artists, just to keep you entertained.
Just fucking hit the bunker for like 3 months. Everybody chill out, come back up, and then just retake over the world.
Could you imagine the pressure, like if you were Dave Chappelle and you had to go entertain like all the world leaders and like all these super important, like how do you be funny in a tense situation like that?
What if you were like in a, like the way that they chose you was that they put every comedian in a lineup, and they were like, you. That'd be fucked up, dude. That'd be hell. Like, all right, sorry, dude.
The rest of you, good luck.
Like, Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, fucking rest of y'all, get the fuck out. Like, damn, bro. So you really know you're the best comedian in the world when you're literally the one to be selected to be the last alive.
It'd be so hard to be funny though. It's like, well, all my friends are dead.
It's like I just got picked because everyone else is about to die. God damn. That's how you would know if you're a good comedian, if you can make light of that situation.
True. You could not take yourself too seriously in that moment. That'd be a hard task.
Wow, he really is the best. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Dave Chappelle still finds a way to disappear for a few years. Like, I'm back!
It's like, what's that? That'd be crazy as fuck. Yeah, dude.
Well, I'm down to call this quits if you are.
Down to call it quits, bro.
How long have we gone? 55 minutes.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's a pretty...
Not bad at all.
It's a quality pod, if I do say so myself. All right, cool. Well, yeah, if you guys listen, appreciate your time. Really do. Throwing out goodbyes.
Peace.
It's like there's the Kendrick Lamar. I think it's the DNA music video. The guy walks up, he's just throwing like it's probably gang signs. Yeah,
Just say.
that or he's doing sign language.
Actually, it's not okay.
Make sure this never happens again.
Damn it, dude. Thought I could go round 2 by being liked.
You're like, this time we didn't bring the dog, and the dog's not going to shit anywhere.
Everybody hated me in the first podcast.
Did you post the first one?
Yeah, I know. That'll be up in like, it'll honestly be a few months. Yeah, this won't be up in a few months too. I'm building up as much content and then posting it. What episode was that? I haven't in. I think it's 35.
Debo was in one?
Debo was in one. He was in 2 after you. This is 42. So I've done 7 since ours.
Really? Debo's in one?
Yeah.
I want to be in one with Debo.
We got like I called it getting philosophical with Debo. Yeah, number 35.
I'm just saying, you should, Thomas, next time you need to be like, and Jordan, you guys need to be like, yo, Debo, come through. That'd be interesting, I guess.
That'd be a good one. Like imagine this group right here add like Steven or Debo.
Dude, I'm down.
That'd be solid.
Like all of us. That would be crazy.
5 would be a good number. That'd be a good number.
That'd be great.
That'd be the most I'd be willing to do, to be honest. But like,
Also, then let's all get wasted, and then we'll have some really deep conversations.
yeah.
I never want to do it. I feel like I'll talk too much about shit like that. That'll be too much.
I want to get drunk on one. I've shotgun beers on one. I shotgun
I feel
2
like
on
that'd be
one,
pretty cool. So, yeah,
Just
I
get
feel like it'd be
super-
cool, but like at the same
Drunk thoughts with Jordan. Jordan's like, yeah, I think I overdid it this time, guys. I think I'm way too drunk for this one.
I think I'm alcohol.
The people are like, are we interviewing you? Because I'm not even drunk.
Definitely gotta get stoned too. That'd be cool.